It seems like we've been living with this COVID pandemic situation for what seems like forever, right? And I think we're just all sick and tired of hearing about it, and we just want to get back to our normal lives. And we hear differing opinions, right? We might hear somebody say, well, this COVID thing's just a hoax or it's no big deal, until our neighbor dies of it. And it seems like the news just makes a big drama out of everything rather than just sticking to the facts that, they're trying to, I guess, sell their TV program. But still in all, it seems like there must be a fire in the midst of all that smoke. Now, I don't know what you struggle with, but I know what I struggle with. I struggle with, well, what should I be doing to protect myself? Do I isolate? Do I wear a mask? Get the vaccine? Or they're talking about the booster now? And then the other question, what should I do to protect others? And when we think about protecting others, maybe it's not just what we think is best for our neighbors, but what their concerns are. Because there's some people, like I say, that think, nothing. And then there's other people that are honest to goodness, really, really worried about the COVID and do not want to get sick. So how can I act to not aggravate their anxiety so that they can have a more pleasant life? And then, of course, there's where do I turn to relieve any anxiety that I'm feeling? Now, there does seem to be two sides to this COVID situation, right? We have facts, and I take what the medical people say is facts. And then there's people's feelings and concerns. So in this confusion and all of this noise, I'll call it, where can we find answers? An answer that we can trust. Now, I have found comfort and guidance in the words of Jesus, right? God the Father sent his son Jesus to the earth to give us guidance on how to live our lives so that we can have joyful lives and satisfying lives. Jesus came to the earth to help people. Now I might just well let that helicopter go by. Oh my goodness. God the Father sent his Son, Jesus, to the earth to give all of us guidance on how to live those joyful, peaceful, satisfying lives. But if you read about Jesus, he came to the earth to help people. Those folks who were struggling with the broken and troubled world of their time. We like to think that our world is pretty chaotic, but those people, they had it rough. They really did. Well, we're in a series asking ourselves, what would Jesus say to help guide our lives today in this pandemic situation? Now, I happen to believe that if Jesus were here today, he would help guide us through this chaotic collection of issues and opinions around COVID and the pandemic that we're facing today. Our core values at Kalamo help us to stay focused on that which is important, to help guide us to the joyful, healthy people of God. Exploring what would Jesus say helps us to understand and keep centered on our core values of loving God and sharing his good news and in caring for our neighbors. And these are all ways that we can work towards being a more positive influence in our community and further out. Do you want to hear more? Well, check out our message this week at Kalamo. At Kalamo, we ask questions. We share our doubts and concerns because we want to be able to grow in the wisdom and love of God, and lead happier, more constructive, joyful lives. Check us out at Kalamo. I'd love to talk with you. I'm your neighbor Jerry. I'm pastor at Kalamo Church. See you later. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And bye for now.